Hi, it's Tony at Casa Esmeralda, and today we're just going to do a little bit of vlogging and walk around. And yes, Pippi and Ziggy are here, and the chickens are out because I just let them out now in the afternoon. So this is the daily routine now, is that in the afternoons I let the chickens out, and then they go and I wait for them to go in their house because they've been escaping out into the way back property there, and I got to keep them up here. And same thing, so I take Pippi and Ziggy out for at least an hour and a half or 2 hours in the morning in my back 14.5 acres, and they eat a lot in the morning. They've gone through a lot of the trees and stuff. Well, let's go here anyway, and then I'll show you typical Mediterranean Adriatic storm. It was raining earlier on today, and I was 3 hours without power from the provincial grid, but that's okay because I have my battery, my off-grid, which will give me anywhere between 3 and 4 hours of power. Pippi's just trying to jump. Yeah, it gave me about 3 to 4 hours of power, and that was great. So I was able to run my heater in my house, my electric heater, and hopefully tomorrow my pellet stove is under warranty, where the storm came in and the water got in the pipe, so much rain and everything. So the guy is supposedly going to come tomorrow. He's gonna, all it is a sensor, same as last year, and I get the sensor, and the stove is under warranty. It's really nice to have a pellet stove in your house. If you want instant heat in an hour, you can heat your whole house in an hour, and then you can only run your pellet stove between 1 and 2 hours, and then your whole house is basically warm. It's not like an electric space heater or something like that. You may take 3 or 4 hours to heat the house, but I'm on solar power. I have both grid tie, and then I both have off grid. I have grid tie, and then I have battery off grid, so I use that, and that seems to work out good. So right now the dogs showed up again, so they're back up here, and looks like they went and did some snacking and stuff like that down on the back property. So they're there, and well, the goats have been eating this Italian plum tree. I've got a dozen of these. I don't really like this Italian plum tree that much because it attracts ants, especially when the fruit is there and the sun comes out. The ants do come and attack these trees. So Giuseppe just came by here now, and if it starts to rain, I'm gonna have to take the camera inside. It's like last time the camera broke on me because water got into the camera, and then I didn't have internet, and I was 3 weeks without a proper camera, and also 2 weeks without proper internet. So there's Giuseppe, and Bruno is really growing, a lot, and he's getting super hungry. He has to get fed 2 meals a day, and Giuseppe really doesn't have to get fed, but I just feed both of them, and it's all good. It's all good this time of year. Just get a little bit of fat on themselves, and and the flock is out. So here, and then after I was gonna do the goats, and the goats just left. The goats came out and they attacked this tree again. So they did some real trimming and pruning here, which is all good. I have 2 of these trees, and they grow me a couple hundred of those Italian plums, which is fine because I don't really need a dozen of these trees or anything. And it's not really market quality, but it's edible quality, and it's still canning quality because I grow organic. So if I would do all the farming process and everything like that, then I can make it market quality, but I'm not into chemical fertilizers and things like that. So the whole entire flock's out here. As you can see, they're all the way along here, and they're coming down here. So they're kind of happy. They're just kind of frolicking along and staying with Hunzy. So I have now, I'm pretty sure I have 2 twin roosters So in a couple months time I'm gonna have a little bit of a problem here, and that I'm gonna have to sell a rooster or eat a rooster or sell a rooster, just sell a rooster basically to a butcher or something. And when I said my pumpkin died, we had 4 nice days, so about 3 days of nice sunshine here, and my pumpkin, it's actually trying to grow me pumpkin now for some reason or another. I don't know why. Someone told me cover it with plastic, and I've been covering it with plastic, and all of a sudden it's trying to grow me a pumpkin. It's just kind of odd. My oranges are like a month earlier this year, and I actually have grass here, so I've been here like just over 2 years and a couple months, and I've never seen green grass here. I've seen on the Google Maps the green grass growing here, but I've never seen green grass growing here, and it's because of the storms and the rain. So they're going along. So I did do some cleanup work this week. The firewood is all stocked right now, so I got a good firewood supply for a couple weeks, and until I have another shed or something to put it, the firewood, I'm just gonna let it sit there. And the nice thing here is that if your firewood does get wet, it will dry out again, because there will be another 3-day sunny spell where it will dry out and you will be able to still have firewood. Not good quality as I have now, because I have harvested very dry, like after 1 year firewood, and I've been burning that, no smoke in the fireplace or anything. So that's the key, is that, you know, if you don't want smoke in your fireplace, and that you need to get at least 1 year old wood and no water or anything. It's got to be really, really dry, and that's just, the smoke is a lot of the humidity and stuff in there. Olives all gone. Too much storms. And the greenhouse, I don't want to open it up. Even though it's in the high teens today, the low 20s degrees Celsius, I looked in there and all the winter vegetables just growing. The bananas are growing in the greenhouse, so it's all good. The bananas now are like, there's a few banana trees in there, they're over 1.5 meters high, so it'll be like dead winter. It'll be like early spring, and I'll be eating bananas. It'll be like so cool. Because there's like one spell here between winter and spring where there is no fruit for like 3 weeks. I don't have any fruit here, and this was the thing, and I thought, well, if I grow bananas in the springtime, I'm going to be eating bananas for a few weeks, which will be really cool. And then this Langeneria, which is this one, and if you look online, Langeneria, because of the 3 days of sunshine here, and I was gonna pull all these ones out, and then I said, well, these ones are still green and there's flowers, there's blooms on them. So I thought, well, I'm gonna leave it, but I did do some cleanup work, so I pulled out some of the dead one, just put some scissors and stuff, and it's trying to grow me another Langeneria. So these are like this cucumber squash, and they're called Zucalungo here. So there's like one here, and there's another one. This is like only 4 days of growing right here, right? That's only 4 days of growing. So it's trying to grow me another. So I have vegetables now for like a week here. So here's like 1, and then 2, and then 3. So I can make whatever. I can make soups or salads from this. This is great, you know. I really like that. And that's one thing I cannot grow in my greenhouse. I tried growing it in the greenhouse, and it never grew in the greenhouse. It grew outside of the greenhouse and up and over, and I was getting a little bit worried because the polycarbonate panels here, they're very flexible, and they can break, and they're not very cheap to replace. So, and if I lose a panel and things like that, so I'm in kind of winterizing mode thing and keeping the greenhouse doors shut. The hay mass heater with the stones in there is doing its job. I was in there yesterday the hay is giving off the heat and composting, and it's also growing me the vegetables, and then it's heating the stone blocks at the same time at that temperature. So anything above 25 degrees, those stone blocks will collect heat, and then nighttime comes around and they'll give it off again for a couple hours. So slowly. And then the fennel here, which is really growing good. So my fennel alone, the seeds that I've had now, fennel seeds for about 5 years off a few plants. When I worked in a farm for 3 years in Austria, I collected fennel, and these are my seeds. I harvested, I grew these seeds and everything, and my fennel is actually going better than the ones in the sprouts that I bought, like a dozen sprouts of fennel, and I thought I'd give that a try. So this is growing really well. I don't need to water or anything like this. This one here on the left side is the rapa. Rapa is like a revitalization, but you can also put this in soups, and you can also make salads from this and things like that. So this is good. Like I can mix rapa with Langineria and make like a cucumber Adriatic salad or something like that if you're watching my videos. There's even tomato plants going here, and even from down there from the natural garden today I harvested some tomatoes underneath there, so I'm glad I put the tarp down, so I have tomatoes, pomodores for another couple of weeks. And then on the back property, and then here is just one navel orange growing right now. So here's a navel, and depending on how much sunshine I get, this guy's gonna get sweet or it's gonna get hard, and I'm just gonna have to eat a sour orange if it kind of hangs in there. These orange trees, they need a tiller, and you need to go around them with the tiller so they get the roots get the aeration. I do not have a tiller, otherwise I would actually have more oranges here for sure. Right, so I'm kind of putting my compost and my kitchen scraps down here and stuff and trying, but what it really needs is aeration, so to get to the roots. And I'm still waiting on onions, and as I said, like I harvested 50 kilos of potatoes out of this one bin on the time when the storms came in. I didn't have the internet and stuff, and I didn't have a computer or a camera to make the videos, but I do have 50 kilos in a bin in my garage. It's pretty incredible. So, and my garage is kind of my own private space. So the goats are here now, and the young one on the left is Ziggy, and there's the mama on the right is Pippi, and they're just gonna eat this tree. It doesn't matter what, if I tell them not to eat the tree, they're gonna eat the whole leaves off the tree. I don't think they're gonna eat much of the tree. They're not much into wood, but if goats do get starved, if they do get hungry, then they will start eating the wood on the tree. So this is Pippi, and she just follows me everywhere I go, and she's wondering if I have any carob bean with me. She loves to eat carob beans, and carob bean is very good for the digestive system, and also it's anti-parasitic, antibacterial. They use it in ice creams, they use it as a chocolate substitute, but natural carob bean is very good for animals and the digestive system. Not as good for humans though, because for humans it's more of a laxative and antibacterial or anti-parasitic. So they're just trying to figure out, just make it through the day, same as me here. So yeah, that's what's going on. Just a real blower this morning. I made it back from their walk today, and it rained like for like an hour. When the power was out for like 2 hours, it was like 50 to 70 km/h winds and just drizzle rain, pelting drizzle rain, and then it stopped, and then the power came back on. So when I got back from the walk in my house, my power was off, and then I just turned the battery, the off-grid generators on, and I was able to heat my house, which was really nice. And then also have a little 12-volt light going at the same time, because the off-grid systems, you cannot run a lot of power off in them. But because I have wind today and the wind generator, that thing there, that's about 500 watts of power. So if it's going continuously, that's a continuous 500 watts of charging power to my batteries, which is really cool. And my well is full also too. So I dug this well, as I said, like if you've been watching my videos, I dug this well myself, and then I went to the municipality and they helped me. Actually, they just bought the concrete rings on a flatbed crane truck, and then they just dropped the rings at one, and they gave me one guy, and we worked together and just cemented the rings together, and this works really well. And if I get up here, yeah, it's like 3/4 of the way full now. So my well is like 3/4 of the way full, so that's pretty good. I don't need a lot of water in the winter time. It's just the rains and stuff is really filling this up. So I got over summertime, I kind of borrow some water, but I'm at like 20,000 plus liters of water right now. And then this is just rain itself, so I like to do rain collection. So there's about, I would say, 150 liters of water. This whole thing, when it's full, it's over 600 liters, so it's about 1/4, so 150 to 200 liters of rainwater collected. So that's how much it's rained. And then that barrel, as I said over there, it filled that one up pretty good. It's just these big ones. So I've been doing some little work around here, like cleaning my gutter, and just prepping for winter, collecting firewood, which is down here, and getting all this area cleaned up, and just waiting for another big storm. So tomorrow it looks like it's gonna rain again. Hopefully I'm not gonna get a very big lightning and thunderstorm as I had like last week, but that can always happen. So you're gonna say hi, Pippi. Say hello. Hey there. Say hello to everybody, Pippi. Say hello. She's so curious to see what's going on here. Here comes Bruno. Hi. Hello. 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 Gonna say hi? Are you gonna say hi? Huh? You gonna say hi? Say hello. Say hello. Say hello. There we go. See? There we go. Hello. Bruno's turning into a real. He's just like learning to get his masculine bark and things like that. So it's really cool. Okay. So one of the few days in about 5 months that I've actually made a video here, and the sun is not been shining. It's been very different. So anyways, this is Tony at Casa Esmeralda. Those who have liked my videos, please do like and subscribe. Thank you for your comments. Hit that like button if you like my videos. I wish you all the best fall and autumn. If you're still harvesting now, good times when you're harvesting and you got food. I'm sitting on a lot of food here with the animals and everything right now. So take care and bye for now.